Hi, welcome to the Retirement Railroad matinee modeling tip of the day. I'm Steve, and we're going to take a slight detour away from building Aurora and take a look at something back in JMRI. All right, now, as I learn things, I add, and by the way, there's a playlist for just JMRI. So if you just want to go through the JMRI stuff and not look through all the rest of my videos, just take a look at the playlist. Just like building Aurora, it does have a playlist. Tip of the days has a playlist. So check out those playlists. But anyway, getting back to the subject. I set up when I got into PanelPro, when I envisioned the railroad and I first learned the JMRI and the ability to have a screen with the layout diagram on it and it be interactive where you could actually throw switches as an example, where block detection could be visualized if wired for block detection. So many different options within JMRI. But I put my panel together and was just tickled to death, as many of you know, when I first had the panel, and there it is, of the layout. Okay, and there's red circles on every one of the switches, and I can take the mouse and move it and click, and the switch will throw. And I've gone through all of that before in previous JMRI tip of the days. So that's not what I want to get into here. Now I know my layout. I know what goes where and blah, blah, blah. And I even have routes set up where I can click on a given route and it'll throw multiple switches to route the train. And all that's kind of cool. But it wasn't until I began having a train crew and having some operations with, yes, you guessed it, Mr. John Linton. And he started coming over and I'd be his conductor. And even I would get confused from time to time and either throw a wrong switch or forget to throw a switch, et cetera, et cetera. And so he always kids me about being a terrible conductor. But he kept getting on me about adding some color to my layout diagram, all right? So it's easier for him to figure out what needs to go where and what route he's on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So for months I've been trying to figure that out. Now some people that are more familiar with JMRI are probably sitting back watching this going, well, that's easy, you do this and this, this, this. Yeah, I get it, all right? But both of my parents are from Missouri, and the state motto for Missouri is show me, okay? So you gotta show me. And unless you have a video that showed me how to do it, I didn't know how to do it. So I had to figure that out for myself. And yeah, I could have gone to the JMRI computer board and read through hundreds of postings and tried to figure it out from there. Or I could just play around and look through JMRI and try to find it myself. And that's what I did because that's how I like to do things. And so I finally found it. I'd go into track sections, all right, and try to figure things out. So let's take a look. Right now, I'm going to show you that yes, I have color, and it should be this screen. There we go. And so I have the color here, and I've made the phase 1 outer main line blue, phase 1 inner main line yellow, which actually it was orange on the color palette. Okay. Phase 2 inner in the light blue, phase 2 outer in the reddish magenta, and the center line, what's referred to as the Zephyr track in black. Okay. So how did I get to those colors? Okay, so let's look and see how I got to these colors. Okay. First thing, once you're in your panel, you gotta go back to the edit mode. All right, and boom, everything hits you. All right. And we'll just pick on this track section up here. I'll right click on it, and it's marked as a main line. Now you can go through these, okay, and no, it's not hidden. No, we don't want it dashed. Decorations. You know, that would be a logical place to change the color, but no, you only do bridge. All right, you can change color of a bridge, by golly, or you can change the color of a tunnel, but that doesn't do the whole line. Okay, you can delete it. You can split track section. You know, you can change it from a line to a circle, ellipse, whatever. Okay, and a bezier, in case you want to know, is smoothing out from one connection to the other. Here or there. Okay. So let's go to edit and see what that does. Okay. Yeah, it's a solid line. It's a mainline track. It's a block. Right? Yeah, it was labeled as the outer main line. Okay. Even though I don't have block detection, when I set up the panels, you know, you set up what you want. And for me, I had in phase 1, I had the outer main line, the inner main line, and then I had yard tracks, all right, sidings. And you can look down through here, and I'll just put it all there. There's all the different blocks that I have. To a certain extent, my blocks are wired individually, but it's not, I don't have block detection. Okay? There would be some modifications I'd have to make if and when I go to block detection down the road. Okay? So there you go. I got all these things in there. Okay? Now I can create or edit blocks. Yeah. Okay. But is that where I change color? I would think I'd just change color somewhere else. But anyway, it took me forever to find this. All right. And it says, okay, you can select the color when the block is unoccupied. You can select the color when it's occupied or when it's special use, allocated, or whatever. And I said, well, damn, I don't have block detection. So how does it know whether it's occupied or unoccupied? So anyway, well, let's just do this. Let's just set it for blue, okay, when it's unoccupied. The layout's not going to know whether it's occupied or unoccupied. Hopefully unoccupied is the default setting. So you hit apply, okay, and lo and behold, everything on that block, all right, the outer main line turns to blue. Cool. Now you can go into the switches as well. All right, right click on a switch as an example. Go into edit, and you can go in here and create and edit the block, and the switch will have, you know, like a right-hand switch. It'll have the diverging, it'll have the coming into it, the diverging, and the going straight, whatever. And so you can set all those different colors if you so choose. I just leave it as my default. That's why some of these are blue going into orange. And I don't need that. Okay? So anyway, I went, and now you can look at here, edit, it's mainline track. Now it's the inner main line. We can go into create or edit. If you want to create, you just go in to the block itself and put what you want it to be. Okay, right here. Okay, just click on it. You want it to be something else, you know, put that and type in what you want, and it'll give you that option. Then you can set it to that option. All right. So for me, the inner main line, I set to this orangish color. Well, it comes out yellow on the panel, but that's okay. We know. And I did the same thing for the remainder of my unoccupied blocks. Okay? And so the phase 2 inner main line is that lighter blue. Phase 2 outer main line is that magenta, reddish. And then the Zephyr track, the center track, is black. Okay? So now I have colors for all my sections. All for Mr. John Linton. We can get out of the edit mode. All right, and there we go. Now, it's fairly simple once you figure out that you're putting the block colors in, and you have to segregate out. And how you do that, you just have to, every track section you have to assign to that block. Like if I go back into the edit mode again, we looked at this section here. Okay, let's go over here and take a look, and it's a main line, and we'll edit it, and lo and behold, it's also set to outer main line. So as long as all the track sections for what you want the same color are the same, then it changes them all. Okay? Fairly simple once you find out where to do it. All right. With that, that's a little addition to JMRI, and I hope that satisfies you, Mr. John Linton. John picks on me, I pick on John. And we have a good time. Even though he has moved away from the Tampa Bay area, and we still stay in touch almost daily. All right, and it's a lot of fun. I miss him. So with that, I want to thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad Matinee Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and y'all have a great day. Bye now.